The year is 2026. If you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, if you don't wake up every single morning and are genuinely happy where you are at this point in life, then this is a video you probably should watch the entire way through. Don't skip through it. Don't do any of this bullshit. Just watch it entirely through. Right? I'm not gonna try to make it long because people's attention spans are fried these days. So pretty much, we live in a world where you can look at people in their day-to-day lives walking around and they're not happy. They're not satisfied. You see this a lot on men as emotions are playing with them. One day they'll be happy, the next day they'll be sad, the third day they'll be depressed, and then they got laid, so they're happy again. Look, a lot of men's lives evolve around female attention, female attraction, getting laid. I mean, of course, it's the natural way you put it, Us men, we're supposed to attract the female gaze, the woman. We're supposed to get that woman. But the mindset has changed and shifted for the past couple of years, is that men have just been chasing women. They have been chasing this lust. They have been chasing getting laid, sleeping with her. Of course, you can look at it and obviously having sex is far better than watching porn, but when you're chasing this short-term dopamine pretty much of sex, it's not as good as you think. Look, I'm not here telling you, you might say what the fuck, you're 19 years old, you don't know what you're talking about, but I actually do. And I've experienced this stuff, is when you start chasing females, or not just females, but you start chasing sex, you want to rack up your body count pretty much. You want to get the best experience out there. There's gonna be times, not every single time. Of course, you can have those times where you're with a girl, you guys just click, and you have mind-bending sex, which is crazy. And I hope, bro, you'll experience that one day, because it is such a good experience. But then there's going to be those days where you're just chasing maybe for lust, because let's be honest, if you're not just going out for sex, you don't give a shit about the girl. You don't care what she says. You don't care anything about her. If there's no sex involved, let's be honest, you wouldn't go out with her. I'll admit it. Yeah, bro. That's me with a lot of chicks. The reason when you get in bed with these girls, not saying all of them, some of them, the post-nut clarity that hits you after, it's pretty bad, when you get post-nut clarity from masturbating, it hits you like a rock, and you feel guilt. You feel ashamed that you indulge in this kind of stuff, but especially the post-nut clarity after a female, it's not super common. You're not gonna have this after every chick. I'm not trying to scare. I'm just trying to say that there's gonna be those times where you're gonna have post-nut clarity after sex, and you're gonna think to yourself, I just want this girl to leave. I don't even want her here. I don't even know why the fuck I slept with her. And it's those girls that you guys don't have a mind-blowing sex. It's nothing crazy. It's kind of just that mechanical position that you guys are just doing. The talking, the chatting, the flirting a bit, no real connection, and you guys just end up in bed fucking, and that's done, and then you're kind of just I want this girl to leave. So you grow up in a world where basically you're so fucking confused, because you've got religion on this side, you've got the blue beta bitch guys on this side that literally salute women and want to be fucking dominated by a woman. Like, you've got guys who want to be dominated by women. And then you've got the red pill guys who know what they're doing. And then you've got like people who are just confused because there's so much towards it. Look, it's easy to look at it, study all this shit, whatever, blah, 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 read books. But I'm not going to give you like a direct answer what you're going to, like, what to do. I'm going to give you more like a vague advice that you will follow, hopefully, and it will lead you down a different path because the universe has got a path for you. Whatever happens is probably meant to happen. Of course, you're the man of your universe, so you make the choices and the decisions what happens around you. For example, if you just focus and not focus, if you just do genuinely the things you want to do, it will probably bring more joy to you. You'll enjoy your life more than just like doing some shit you don't want to do. And you notice that with a lot of people, especially with work, because people do jobs that they hate. So ideally, you want to start with something that you love. If you're doing work, if you're working, if you're starting a business or whatever, do something that you truthfully love. Something that ideally you do for free, or just something that you do for work that you enjoy, you're fun. Maybe sometimes you're excited to go to work. That should be the goal. That should be something that you strive for. Obviously, like, it'd be ideal to have a business you love and run that business. And you can do that. But maybe right now in your position where you are, you can focus on that, but you also like probably need money. So you're doing, i.e., some job, work, whatever you need to get that money. So do something that you truthfully love. I will say this again, is to never chase a woman. Never, ever, ever chase women, because when you chase women, you lose the women in the process and you lose yourself. You lose, I'm not going to say like you lose all your progress and you fell down the social hierarchy. Not really, but you're lost, all right? You're like chasing something and you're closing all the doors behind you when you're running for this golden egg. So ideally, you want to be busy as fuck, bro. You want to be having gym, all right? You want to be going to the gym. You want to be doing work that you truthfully like. You want to be socializing with the people that you enjoy, the friends you actually enjoy, all right? You might have friends that are quite like left liberals or people who are just like a bit stupid. Yeah, you can hang out with them if you want to, but if you don't really want to, just don't hang out with them. It's easy. Genuinely just hang out with people you want to. Eat the clean shit you're supposed to. Like, I see people at the gym, they're like double, triple scooping pre-workout, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this shit's gonna kill you. Like, ideally, everyone is chasing these dopamine high hits. When you start chasing long-term dopamine, it's a feeling that I can't really explain, but it's more of like this freeness in your body, this freeness in yourself. It's like basically that you've ascended past a level and you're just there standing with your arms wide open. It kind of feels like that, but that shit takes time. It takes years to get that. It's not like tomorrow or the day after you're gonna get it. So doing these delayed gratification tasks instead of just chasing cheap dopamine. Yeah, of course, like, you still want to be spinning plates, blah, 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 whatever, but you want to actually be seeing the girls. If it's just casually, you just want to be seeing the girls who want to see you as well. If a girl doesn't have that much interest in you, but she's going to sleep with you or whatever, no point seeing her. If there's a girl that, she'll sleep with you, blah, blah, you guys don't have much chemistry, there's no, like, nothing interesting, there's no point, because this takes time out of your day. And I learned this last night, that when you follow that lust and you don't follow like actual your intrusive thoughts, it's not like, yeah, you can just do what you want to do, and okay, well, I'm just gonna go fuck this chick, okay, yeah, whatever. But there were so many times where I had opportunities to get with this girl or that girl or whatever, but I told myself, I was like, no, I want to prioritize my sleep. I want to prioritize, because the next day I know that I'm going to have to go to the gym. I'm going to have to eat clean, work hard. And that's going to bring me more fulfillment than, let's say, if I just go see this girl, lose my sleep, have sex with her, and, whatever. So ideally, you want to be seeing the girls that genuinely have true burning desire for you, that are there for you and no one else. Even if it's just spinning plates, bro. Even if it's just friends with benefits, all right? Or look, if she's hot as fuck and you just like, you like her, there's no guilt after, there's no shame or whatever. You want to do the things in life that push you forward and not back. Because you will see this and you'll notice a lot of people in life, your friends, family, whoever, they take one step forward and they take two steps back, and they say they're going to improve, but every single time they're at that same spot. So don't be one of those guys. Take action now. After this video finishes, take action now. And I'll catch you in the next video, brother. Peace out. Real quick reminder, bro. Top link in the description. That's a paid course about masculinity, women, and there's a bonus course on how to quit porn. I'll catch you in the next video, brother. Peace out, my G.